With the amount of gravity Tatum has, especially in a matchup where he has Shepherd on him, you've got to play downhill. Now, if you playing out on the perimeter doing them little size ups like he like to be doing, them twitches and them step backs, you're going to lose. You may damn near make the series go 7. But since Tatum has now decided to be a screener, and when he screens, he's actually going to seek to get into the paint and do things like this, which is I got Turner stepping over and I seek the foul, that's when Tatum's going to be at his best because he doesn't rely so much on the threes. You seen that play work the first time? Run it right back, right? Let's run it right back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this time, it is broke, right? We don't get that to Tatum. And now I want you to peep the spacing, right? Because the Boston Celtics, they play a 5-out. And now a lot of times in a 5-out, at all levels, there may be that one person who cannot shoot. And so what's their responsibility going to be when they are one of the people that are on the outside? They got to begin to do things like this. Instead of trying to play into the game and shoot these shots, we get into these handoffs because the person that comes off is going to see absolutely nobody most of the time. And now in all situations, I need y'all to understand. You got Cornet here once again, Turner in the paint, kick it to Cornet, get into a handoff. This immediately puts a lot of pressure on top of him because he's behind the play. He's not in proper defensive positioning being in front of Jaylen Brown. So this whole time, he's practically in recovery. Even though he does get back in front here, Jaylen Brown is still able to get to his spot in the middle because he opened it up to start. Now that was the second time. You seen it with White. You seen it with Jaylen Brown. Now notice right here with Jayson Tatum. This is where Tatum should actually take those threes, right? And not the size up threes or step back threes and side steps in the playoffs. I'm talking about these ones is the ones he needs to take. Because you got to drop here with Turner, 5-out. You pitch that over, set the screen here, you go under. Those are the threes he's got to build his rhythm with. And then after that, you probably into a flow to where those step backs may work from time to time. Pay attention. A lot of y'all don't realize you don't need to use 10 moves so you can score on one person. Because watch Jaylen Brown, right? He comes off the screen. He's got Miles Turner, pump fake, step through to that right side. First time, right? Now he's got Miles Turner again, left side of the floor, right? I got a mismatch. I go left. I stop, pump fake, step through. Once again, second time. You think 2 times, all right, maybe it was just a couple times it worked. I now go to this right side, pump fake, low-key travel my ass off, but that's the reason he missed this last one. And so certain defenders just never learn, and it's up to you now to maximize that exactly, and not always try to do something new. Pay attention. If y'all want to be able to get into your bag in a real game, watch Peyton Pritchard, right? He gets his ATL ran for him, left wing, he got the shot, bucket. First 3 from that left wing. They in transition, running along that left side, pulls up, got the catch, bucket. And now after hitting 2 threes back to back, I now got TJ McConnell, and guess what this is? This is white on white crime, right? Let's get busy. And all I do when I want to get into my bag, hard drive right, pull back, and I get my bucket. I don't even got to do a lot of shit for me to be able to go and score when I do get an isolation situation. Boston did a great job of utilizing Tatum's gravity because, you know, Nesmith, he's told to stay attached. He's not tagging for anybody. He's not giving Tatum no room. So when Tatum decides to set this cross screen for Horford, he's not going to tag, and that now leaves Shepherd to go and tag. But now that tag is way too late. He ain't processed the action, gets called for that foul right there and then. Utilizing his gravity, key. So you got this little Spain pick and roll. Jaylen Brown about to slip out. He's got Obi topping. He goes to this left side and spins back here, turns his back. But now he's got blind spots, right? That blind spot is what's behind his back and Peyton Pritchard being in that corner. And he knows he's there. He can't read him, so he's got to pick that up and give it up. But give it up so I can get it back. And now once I get this catch, I got no more blind spots. I move Peyton Pritchard up to the top. He's on the wing. And now when I even get this catch, I'm going to go away from the help. And I'm going to spin towards this baseline because that's where I got space. I'm not moving and operating according to what I want to do. I'm seeing what the defense gives in the room that I have. Tatum gets Nesmith off of him. Now he got Nembhard. Pay attention to what he does in the triple threat because a lot of y'all don't understand this, right? A lot of times to create space, you don't need a dribble. All you need to do is take a step because just by occupying space, you create space. And that requires no dribble. So now he brings that foot back and has all that space, about that 2 feet he created by just stepping into Nembhard, and now he's able to Tatum off the rebound, right? They playing in transition. Watch what Tatum does. he calls for the screen for Cornet. And that's a really smart screen because guess who you have now taken out the paint? Also, their shot blocker, Miles Turner. So what do I do now? Instead of meeting him on the right, reject, I go to my left. And even once I get here, show that ball high on my first step, get Tyrese Halliburton to jump, Nesmith to jump, they swipe down, and I get an and one. I eliminated the contest from Turner by calling for the screen, and I eliminated any contest at the rim by showing the ball early. Playing too smart, bro. Playing too smart. All y'all want to develop a bag, but don't even know how to score in an opportunity like this. Watch Jrue Holiday. He's got Halliburton. He puts his hands on him. Y'all don't even know how to use a swim move to get it back door and get it easy too. But yeah, y'all want to learn how to do a step back, a side step, a double tween into a spin, into a half spin, hezzy shimmy, and then get it to a fade. Like all this extra shit. Y'all don't even know how to do a backdoor. This play the Celtics are running right now is so that Jayson Tatum could be able to get this mismatch with TJ McConnell. But think deeper. This is TJ McConnell, right? And so why would you decide to go and run a set where Tatum catches the ball about 35 feet out, 40 feet out, gets a screen on McConnell, and gets pushed to the half court line? He can now no longer take advantage of this mismatch in the way you want to take advantage, which is in the size. And so now what happens? We got 6 left on the shot clock. He's pressuring me at half court. I can't even use my size. I'm now playing a guard game, and I got to try and get into my bag and try to get some shit off. Now, we break it, and we're not really able to get that stop, or we're not able to get that bucket as efficiently as we wanted. But luckily, he did get bailed out, offensive rebound. If you want to blow by defenders, watch Jrue Holiday. He goes right, Turner plugs. He brings the ball back out. But now notice who's to his right side. Jayson Tatum, who's going to have no help when he gets into his drive. And so he's able to get there and get that lay for the first time. And now second time around, right? Pay attention. Slip out by Horford. Who's to my left? Jayson Tatum. So what do I do when I attack? I can now get past my defender and end up getting another 2 because I'm attacking the help that's not going to help. So the gravity that Tatum has built thus far in the game has now led to Nesmith being in denial of him all the way going to the backcourt, right? So now this allows Jrue Holiday to get into the middle of the floor, and they're playing 4-on-4 at this point in time. So really pay attention, right? Pay attention. If you want to play 4-on-4 and a 5-on-5, this is how you do so. You got Derek White on the left side, and you have Tatum. Most important part is Tatum. He's got Nesmith who's in a denial. So now when you run this 2-man action on this left, who's going to be the person to tag, right? Turner's going to be the one to tag and play help when White attacks, which is now going to leave Horford open on the wing and Jaylen Brown in that corner. You have 2 players you put in the perfect spot so that they cannot go and help, and now you're really playing a 3-on-3. You're playing a 3-on-3 at this point. And so now Horford gets out open 3 from that right wing. And then notice once again, right? We're going to run the same set right back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But the thing is, it wasn't broke the first time, but the second time through, we ended up swinging this over to Horford. And let me talk about Jaylen Brown for a second, what he did at the end of this game, right? So it seemed like throughout this fourth quarter, he checked out. Kind of like he was looking like right there, just froze. They didn't know what to do. He gives it up the first time, gets it back. I got Miles Turner. Let me see if I could cook something up. But the only thing he was able to cook up at this point in time, that shit was crack. He was able to cook crack. Ain't cook nothing good. Gets it right back, and now he's from the right wing, and now he takes this shot from 3. Come on, man. You ain't cooked nothing up. You ain't cooked nothing up. But the mental. You need the mental. Where you had a possession like that, where you're able to get nothing, but now we got to make some adjustments going forward. And so now what we do is have Jaylen Brown be the screener. Because now Jaylen Brown, 6'7", 230, he could get the switch on to Halliburton, and they're going to play him single coverage because you don't want to put anybody in rotation with Jayson Tatum off the ball and all the shooters that they got. Spin to this baseline, I get here, cool little pump fake, I get fouled, right? But I also want you to pay attention. He ain't take no free throws right here, but about 1 minute later, Jaylen Brown gets to the line. He's getting himself a couple of free throws off a foul call, right? He knocks down that first one. He's got 20. Mind you, 19 of his points came in the first 3 quarters. That was his first points of this fourth quarter in the last minute of the fourth. So now understand what this rhythm is going to do for him going forward is that he was able to knock down these 2 free throws that he had here with inside a minute. And when it comes down to this play with 8 seconds left, All I needed was the power of those 2 free throws to get some rhythm. So now when we run this set, even though I have not hit a jumper this entire quarter in probably 40 minutes of real time, I get here from this corner, I have some sort of flow, and I'm able to knock that down, bring us to overtime.